The events in this video are fictional, as are the characters portrayed within. Any similarities to anyone living or dead are merely coincidental and being created at random by Xcom's name generator. Seriously. This video will be showing off Xcom Enemy Within's Long War mod. And like all good Xcom campaigns, it will be played on impossible difficulty, and I'll be playing with all the DLCs on, as well as Iron Man mode. For the second wave option, I'm going with world diversity, as it really fits well with Long War's new soldier class system. So let's start the campaign. I'm still torn between North America and Asia, but let's go with Asia.
We're heading into China for the next operation. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
I wouldn't really call it a major metropolitan area, it's more of a gas station and a cafe. But sure, whatever, Bradford. How about you let me take it from here? As you can see, the Long War mod has you start with 6 soldiers, and looks like we've got Kevin Spacey, Nicole Kidman, Julia Roberts, Robert Mitchum, Errol Flynn, and Winona Ryder. Now, I want to get to the rooftop, but I don't want to dash, as there might be a group of sectoids up there, and even more of them inside the cafe itself. So the plan is to send Julia Roberts to take a look. And look what we find! 3 sectoids and a babysitter. What thing's that, Shen? The sectoids, the drone, or the pizza on the counter? The next step is to get to the roof, but unfortunately our only way up is blocked by Julia Roberts, so I dash her back to the furthest full cover, clearing the path for Errol Flynn to scout out our rooftop sanctuary. The coast looks clear, but I dash him to the nearest full cover just to be certain. And with no enemies in sight, I dash the rest of the team up there after him.
Location confirmed.
One of the alterations that Long War makes is increasing the effectiveness of half cover by approximately 50%. This makes half cover much more viable, instead of forcing you just to hunker down in it, and will do just fine for the rest of the squad. Although we're in a commanding position now, Julia Roberts was left behind, and she's going to be taking a lot of heat down there. Not to mention, that drone can fly up and flank us at any minute. But lucky for us, he either couldn't fly the distance or got cold feet. Either way, for now, that's a win. One of the best advantages of being on the rooftop is concealment. This means I can take my time, check my angles, and find the best places to drop down and flank.
Heading to that location.
And this is the perfect spot. The back doors to both the kitchen and the gas station shop will provide further concealment while I get into position for that deadly juicy flank. Now I could sprint Julia Roberts up, but I don't want to risk 4 potential Overwatch shots, and I leave her behind to hunker her down. So instead I prepare my forces for the inevitable drone assault.
That's affirmative.
I'm on it, Commander.
Copy that.
Sorry Julia Roberts, looks like you're the bait today. Drones in Long War are tricky buggers. They're no longer just the nuisance they were in vanilla Xcom. They've been given increased damage and critical hit resistance, making them very tough to kill for rookies, with nothing more than the standard issue Xcom rifles. And speak of the devil. That was unexpected.
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies.
I don't think those things carry weapons, Varlin. I don't think it's self-destructed either. Looks to me like it was blown up by rifle fire. In my previous playthroughs of Long War, the early game drones have been bullet dodging tanks. But a win is a win and I'll take it. It's one less headache to deal with. The next step's going to be those sectoids, and I doubt they're going to be as gung-ho as that drone was. So I check to see how far each soldier can move, in case they can reach that perfect flank. But it looks like everybody's just one turn off from being able to flank safely. So I send Errol Flynn to prepare to assault the back, followed up by Robert Mitchum
On the move.
and Winona Ryder as his support.
I'm rolling.
While Kevin Spacey
Heading to that location.
and Nicole Kidman get ready to grenade the front.
Heading to that location.
And unfortunately for Julia Roberts, because of potential hidden overwatches, she has to stay behind and keep her head down. One of the great new additions about Long War are the extra abilities the aliens have been given, and in this case, the sectoids have got a few more tricks up their sleeves. One of their new abilities is Mind Fray. Lucky for Julia here, it's a bit of a watered down Mind Fray, only dealing 1 damage, but still maintaining the penalty it gives towards mobility, will and offense for 2 turns. And funnily enough, these little guys look like they're putting on a show for us, because here's their new ability, a beefed up Psi Panic, which also lasts 2 turns.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
Never before seen, Valen? You mean since the last 3 sectoids we saw a few minutes ago?
Shock failed to connect.
Yeah guys, I think you should try shooting over the ledge. I don't think you've got weapons yet capable of shooting straight through it. Maybe one day though. And hey, 3 new sectoids, and one of them's even a leader. One of the many great new additions to Long War. But no time for that right now. Errol Flynn's finally going to make that deadly flank he's been preparing for the last 2 turns. And there's that little guy, hanging back nice and safe. Let's see what Errol Flynn can do with a 60% chance to hit and crit. Absolutely spot on. Now those grouped sectoids there offer an opportunity far too tempting to pass up.
On the goods.
And the Kidman-Casey Star tag team know exactly how to handle them. Grenades in Long War have gone through a lot of changes, making them far more unpredictable. Dealing a range of damage like normal weapons do.
Moving. Going out.
But nonetheless, the standard double grenade throw works all the same.
Restraint when using
Restraint, Valen? Never. Besides, that leader sectoid there should have really led his troops better. Now, to help out Julia Roberts, who although had the common decency to hunker down when she panicked, unfortunately for me, that hunker down will only last 1 turn, but I won't regain control of her until the turn after that. So I've got to take steps to ensure that none of these sectoids advance on her position and gun her down while she's looking for her marbles. Problem is though, I'm just out of range to throw a flashbang, which would have basically neutralised one of the sectoids and halved the firepower that would have been thrown her way. So for now, I'm just going to have to hope that her being hunkered down is going to be enough to save her for this turn. Thankfully though, they just seem intent on scrambling her brains some more. Not that it would have made any difference if it had succeeded anyway, seeing she would have panicked. And hey, more sectoids. Oh, sorry little guy, I'm going to have to see your boarding pass. No ticket, no roof. And now things are going to start getting hairy. We've nearly doubled the number of active contacts, and Julia Roberts, although she's still panicked, is no longer hunkering down. And that means that this turn, I have to send somebody up to go into Overwatch and cover her to prevent either of those sectoids from advancing on her position. With those 3 new contacts by the gas pumps, it'd be suicide for Winona Ryder to drop down and offer Julia Roberts some support. But let's see if I can cut their numbers down a little. Now usually, firing wildly into enemies in half cover with rookies wouldn't yield the best results. But with his elevation bonus, Kevin Spacey considers the odds and shows what he can do with a 66% chance to hit. A solid shot just shy of killing him. And like the star duo that they are, Nicole Kidman tests her odds to see if she can finish the job, with a 62% chance to hit. Now that has just eased the pressure considerably. Winona Ryder likes what she just saw, and joins the tag team so that her grenade can have some fun next turn. In the meantime, Robert Mitchum has got to save a damsel in distress, so he marches forward to go into Overwatch and cover her. But wait! I may have had a lapse in judgment, and completely forgotten about the fact that if you don't see the enemy shoot, then they're probably in Overwatch. And like a champ, Mitchum takes a plasma pistol to the face, but thank the gods he's still breathing. And again, Mitchum's just shy of throwing a flash grenade. Really needs to work on that throwing arm, Viz. This has now forced my hand to send Errol Flynn to back him up, in hopes that moving behind that industrial fridge, he can see and overwatch the second sectoid, discouraging either of them from moving. With both men overwatching, this should prevent either of the sectoids moving up on them or Julia Roberts. Although psi attacks must have made this sectoid's eyes go blurry because he misses that shot, and Julia Roberts lives to panic another day. But revenge is a wonderful thing. Oh wait. Yet again I forget, if you don't see the enemy shooting, then that means he's on Overwatch. But Julia Roberts got more lives than a cat, and shows her assailant exactly how to get the job done, with an 83-60 chance to hit and crit. Oh right, the meld. I'd forgotten about that. Robert Mitchum seizes the opportunity to charge forward and grab him some meld, with a complete disregard for sanitation and stamping over someone's pizza. With only one sectoid at the front of the CAF now, that means Errol Flynn can move up and cover his injured comrade. Back on the roof though, looks like Winona Ryder's joined the party just too late, as both Kidman and Spacey are out of ammo and offensive grenades. So she has to sit back and bide her time while her colleagues reload.
Good to go. Rack that bag.
Mitchum hunkers down for the double defense bonus, while Flynn covers him to end the turn. Another new ability all of the aliens have, given to them by Long War, is the ability to hunker down and double their defense whilst also making themselves immune to critical hits. Although this little guy would have been better off going into Overwatch, as now he's left himself open to be advanced on. And Julia Roberts is out for blood. Unfortunately for her though, the bench he's hunkering down behind is more than enough to protect him this turn, but at least it gives her the opportunity to get to safety. With guns fully loaded, and a new member added to their star tag team, Spacey, Kidman and Ryder are ready for action. With 2 kill assists under his belt, Spacey decides to let this 53% chance to hit behind heavy cover go. Right now the odds to hit from the roof are slim, and the grenades to throw are limited, so it's time to plan another flank. Kidman dashes to the rear of the roof to prepare for next turn. Without being able to advance far enough to the hunkered down sectoid without flanking him, there's no point in taking any shots. So again, Mitchum hunkers down and Flynn covers him. And Spacey doesn't take any chances and hunkers down as well. Seriously, you're hunkering down again? That's really going to be the death of you. We can now see 2 of the 3 sectoids to our right, with the last probably hiding somewhere between all the gas pumps. I think it's time to show them how a flank works. What the hell? Where'd that 3rd sectoid go? He should have been by that far cabinet. Well, too bad. For now I'll just have to deal with the 2 that I can see. Not exactly like I'm going to be advancing off this roof, is it? Even so, Kevin Spacey shows us all he needs is bullets. With this incredible 53% chance to hit. Winona Ryder impressed yet again. Tries her chance with a 68% chance to hit and a 10% chance to do critical damage. And a critical hit. I should have brought her forward earlier. Meanwhile, Julia Roberts is only seeing red and plots her revenge. To end the turn, Nicole Kidman doesn't risk any surprises jumping out at her from inside the shop, so goes into Overwatch. And Mitchum and Flynn hunker down and Overwatch. So there's that sneaky little git. What, really? You're not going to use cover? Not even that box. That's right beside you, right there. Just 1 tile away. No? Fair enough. Flynn's 95% chance to hit and 60 to crit shows why cover is so important. You'd think a sectoid leader would know this. And to finish off with, Julia Roberts completes her reign of vengeance. I didn't realise she'd moved that 1 tile and trigger an Overwatch, but it looks like her thirst for blood saved her life again. And if a deranged computer AI taught me anything, it's that everybody likes revenge. and an 85% chance to hit puts Julia's soul at ease.
Good work out there.
So to sum up, Rooftop's good, forgetting about Overwatch bad, and not using cover stupid.
Kill confirmed.
So that's 9 sectoids dead, 1 drone destroyed, and 1 pizza stepped on. I think our work here is done.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Finally, HQ.
Welcome to Xcom HQ, Commander. I'm Central Officer
Whatever, Bradley, you're not in charge anymore. Another addition Longwall makes his soldier class choice, so Kevin Spacey here can become an infantryman or an assault.
Last one's out. Just like it
Julia
sounds,
Roberts can
the
become a medic or an
Soulforce
engineer,
provides that
and gets 4
intangible
days of
edge our
counselling for having her
squads
brain
need
scrambled
to
so
make
much.
everyone around them better. Our snipers
The
specialize
manly
in
Nicole
dealing
Kidman
massive
can become a
amounts of
sniper
damage
or a
on the
scout.
mark. But without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations. The heavy weapons specialist.
Errol
provides
Flynn
a
gets to
crucial
choose between a
service to
rocketeer
the
and a
squad.
gunner,
With the
and
rocket
Winona
launcher
Ryder
in
2 is
tow,
either a sniper or a
there are
scout.
demolition
And Robert Mitchum goes to sickbay for 2 weeks for catching an Overwatch plasma pistol shot with his
Artifacts are
face.
being Unloaded. The research team is
Look at my
waiting your
loot,
orders.
all the mad
We'll
loot.
get started as
Now for a quick stop in the research labs, where I task my understaffed research team to look into alien weaponry for me. And engineering is of course a satellite, because nothing stops countries panicking like knowing they're being spied on. Looking at the world map, things aren't great, but at least I haven't gone to hell yet. All that's left now is to start scanning for activity and see what crops up. And here we go. Egypt's begging for Xcom soldiers to trash their CAFs, and all for $100. And next time we'll be looking at Elizabeth Taylor, Julianne Moore, Jim Carrey, Keira Knightley, Sam Worthington, and Ben Stiller. Time to send a bunch of rookies to their death in Egypt.
Touching down.
For Operation Broken Days. But I guess that'll be next time.